What is up, you guys? I am back, and it's your favorite YouTuber.
What?
So as you can tell by the video title, I did just see Spider-Man Homecoming, and I wasn't even planning on reviewing this film, but after I saw it, I just wanted to talk about it with somebody, and all my friends were busy, whatever that means. So I said, fuck it. Let me take out the iPhone 5S. That's right, you heard me correct. The iPhone 5S, the best phone on the market.
What? No.
And discuss this movie with y'all. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So Spider-Man Homecoming takes place after the events of Civil War.
There is a war going on.
And at the beginning, they show Peter Parker going to school, living with Aunt May, and on the Spider-Man side of things, really just dealing with crime locally around his neighborhood. But that's where the problem lies, because he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be an Avenger, he wants to do bigger and better things, but Tony Stark, meanwhile, is mentoring him. He's telling him, no, you need to stay on the ground, you need to stay in your neighborhood, you need to help the little guy. So Peter Parker eventually does what he thinks is necessary to prove himself to Tony Stark, so he can become an Avenger, and eventually he gets led to the Vulture, played by Michael Keaton, and there you have the main plot of Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I'm going to start off by saying I really enjoyed this movie, and the best part about Spider-Man Homecoming is probably the way they captured the essence of high school Peter Parker, because that's never really been explored or done well before in the previous Spider-Man films, because Tobey Maguire, I think he graduates in the first film back in '02, and Andrew Garfield, well, I don't really remember. I just know that the first movie's alright and the second movie is. So it was really refreshing to see Peter Parker being realistically portrayed in high school. But what really surprised me was how funny this film actually was, because in the previous Spider-Man movies, there's not a lot of comedy involved. There's jokes thrown in every now and again, but they aren't particularly funny movies. However, Spider-Man Homecoming finds that perfect balance between humor, action, and drama. Plus, most of the main characters are centralized in high school, so that does lead to a lot of awkward comedic moments throughout the entire film. And a lot of the humor in this movie comes from Spider-Man himself, Tom Holland. Now, Tom Holland was great in Civil War, and he basically just carried his performance over to Spider-Man Homecoming, because he is so good at embodying the childlike wonder a kid would have if he or she possessed superpowers. But he also brings out the essence of a high school Peter Parker / Spider-Man, and that's what's so great about his performance. And that's why, as of right now, Tom Holland is the best live-action Spider-Man we have ever seen on the big screen. Sorry, Toby. But the whole cast gave really solid performances across the board throughout the entire film. Michael Keaton was great as the Vulture in this film. He's very menacing, and he plays this blue-collar criminal who, after Avengers Wars, he goes and he tries to find leftover scraps, materials, metals, weapons, so he can utilize them for his own personal gain. And it was nice to see a Marvel villain actually fleshed out, characterized, and developed, because as the audience, you were able to relate to him, and there is a certain thing that happens later on in the movie, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but you can actually emotionally connect to the villain in this movie, and so it adds an interesting dynamic while you're watching the film and when you're watching the Vulture and Spider-Man actually battle. But the character I really want to talk about next is Peter Parker's best friend, Ned. Now, this character could have gone south really, really fast. He could have been obnoxious, annoying, unfunny, but none of that happened. Him and Tom Holland had great chemistry on the screen, and it was like you were watching a real depiction of a high school friendship right in front of your eyes. And Ned he's kind of like the nerd, so he always wants to help Peter Parker when he goes on his Spider-Man missions, and he has to keep it a secret, but he doesn't want to. He was like a real high school character, and it's something you can appreciate, at least I can appreciate, because I am a high schooler, and that's something you see every day. And it was also refreshing to see, because Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, he had one friend, Harry, who was the opposite. He was kind of soft-spoken, not very smart. Dumbass! I mean, it worked in those films, but it's nice to see something a little more upbeat, a little more accurate in the high school realm of things. And Andrew Garfield, he had no fucking friends, so oh well, what are you gonna do? Zendaya was good in the film. Her character was kind of bleak at the beginning, but as the film progressed, I did start to gain interest into her character, and I am curious as to see where she goes in the future. Robert Downey Jr. was in this movie too, played Tony Stark beautifully, like always, and he was sprinkled in this movie just enough, because I know in the trailers he was overused, people would say, just so they would make sure fans that were hesitant to see the movie would go see it. But in this film, he's not overused, he's not underused, he's used perfectly. honestly, the amount of time he's in this movie is justified by his relationship with Peter Parker, so I have nothing wrong with that. And Marissa Tomei was great as Aunt May. I'm glad they skipped the Uncle Ben death scene that we've seen 1,000 times, and they really just focused on the relationship between Peter Parker and Aunt May, and they both did, Tom Holland and Marissa Tomei did a really good job selling that to the audience. But the last person I want to talk about is Donald Glover. Now, if you are excited to see him in the film, I would say bring your excitement down just a little bit because he is only in 2 scenes. But he's great in those 2 scenes, and I don't want to spoil it, but his character will probably be utilized in future Spider-Man movies, I hope. That's what I'm hearing, that's what I'm reading, but if you are expecting him, don't get too excited. So guys, as you can tell, I really enjoyed the hell out of this film, and the one nitpick I have, if it's even considered a nitpick since I ended up liking it when the film ended, was the suit Peter Parker received from Tony Stark at the beginning of the film. Now, I was hesitant about the suit because I thought, I mean, Spider-Man, he doesn't need the suit. All of these gadgets and a parachute and a heater, it kind of strips away the true essence of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, that he doesn't need all that. He's not Tony Stark. He's not Iron Man. He can do what he needs to do just based on pure ability and intelligence. But I'm not going to lie, as the film progressed, I did start to like the suit more and more and more. I liked the way they used the comedy, like the suit talking to Tom Holland. I thought that was genius. I thought it was really, really funny. And by the end of the movie, I supported the suit 100%. So guys, that's my nitpick, and it's not even really a nitpick. So I really, really did enjoy this film. Like, I want to go see it again. I might go see it again. Oh wait, my broke ass can't see it again. But anyways, I really enjoyed this film, and I'm gonna give it a what the fuck? I'm gonna give it an A. Yeah, that's right, an A. Clap, applause. No one's here who gives a shit. But I am gonna give this film an A. I highly recommend you see Spider-Man: Homecoming. If you're not a fan of Marvel movies, see the fucking movie anyways, because I told you to, and if you are a fan, definitely go see this movie. So I hope you liked this review, guys. I hope you stayed till the end, and please subscribe, like, comment. Please help your boy out. You know you want to do it. If you're gonna watch all the way to the end, you at least better like, subscribe, and comment. I would hope you do that, but if you don't, I understand. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. What am I saying? I need to stop talking. This light's blinding my eyes. I have 2 bowls right here, and I just can't take it. But anyways, please, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, and just blessings. Adios.